Hey FUBscouts, Andrea Gill here, Director of Member Success at RealScout, and I want to talk with you today about Auto Nurture. So Auto Nurture is a super powerful tool, especially if you're using Follow Up Boss and RealScout together. Now your account should already be connected to Follow Up Boss. If your account isn't connected to FUB just yet, reach out to your account owner and they can get it connected for you. Once that is connected, then you guys can start using Auto Nurture. So Auto Nurture, depending on the information that we have for the contact in Follow Up Boss, RealScout will set your clients up on specific kinds of alerts or an email drip campaign. So there are 3 different kind of alerts in RealScout, and I'm going to explain how each person is set up based on the information from FUB, and then also when we decide to send out the email drips. So let's head over to our Follow Up Boss account that I have, and here you can see that this client viewed a property. Now, we will set up a client based on, again, the information that we get from Follow Up Boss. So if your client has viewed a property, made a property inquiry, had an open house inquiry, we are going to set that client up on a listing alert. Now, all of you should be familiar with listing alerts based on a specific set of criteria. Your clients will get listings that match the types of properties that they're looking at. So in this case, for the last viewed property, last inquired about property, whatever it may be, RealScout is going to set that client up on a listing alert. And this listing alert criteria is going to be 20% under the price, 30% under the price, 20% over the price, the zip code of the property, and the property type. Okay, so our listing alerts come directly from the MLS. We are directly connected with the MLS. It is, however, going to be a basic search criteria alert. If you at some point get more familiar with what they're looking for and need to add more advanced filters, you can always use the RealScout custom link in your Follow Up Boss. Click on that and go ahead and add a more advanced search with the MLS filters that you need. Otherwise, we'll get that client set up on a listing alert. Now, the second kind of alert that will be provided to your clients from RealScout with Auto Nurture is going to be our home value alerts. And of course, if you want to learn more about each of these kinds of alerts, feel free to go to our Pro Plus section of the support site and see those alerts there. But if your client has an address here within their profile on FUB, then we are going to set them up on a home valuation alert for that property. If they have multiple addresses, we will set up multiple home value alerts for those properties. Now, RealScout cannot distinguish between the labels. Let's say if it's a renter versus an actual seller or a past buyer. So if you have Auto Nurture on and there is an address in this section, we are going to set them up on a home value alert based on that address. So please don't think that there's going to be a distinction made by RealScout. We're just using the address in that set of tools that Follow Up Boss provides. Now, if RealScout is not able to create a home value alert based on that address, for whatever reason our valuation partners weren't able to find a valuation for that property, then we will set them up on what we call a market activity alert, which is specifically based on the zip code and popular listings in your area. So it's kind of like an overview of the activity in that area versus an actual valuation of the property. Okay, so if we can't find a valuation, by default we set them up on a market activity alert. Now, if you've turned on Auto Nurture and the lead in your FUB account only has an email address, then we are going to set them up on this email drip campaign. Now, these email drip campaigns, again, you can find on our support site under Pro Plus and under Auto Nurture, and you'll be able to see what we send out. So if all we have in FUB for that lead is an email, they will get these email drip campaigns, okay? So be sure that your follow-up boss is nice and clean and ready to go before you backfill any leads or turn on Auto Nurture. Another thing that I want to show you is going to be on your Auto Nurture tab in RealScout. Every agent individually can set up tags based on who they want to auto nurture or who they want to exclude from auto nurture, okay? So your account owner on your RealScout, if you go to your integrations tab, you guys as team members of the account owner will be able to see what the configuration of the integration is, and specifically if you need to add a tag to a lead in order for it to come into RealScout. That is the first level. So if they've added a tag, your account owner has added a tag, you will need to have that tag on the lead in order for it to come into RealScout. However, on Auto Nurture, in your settings, you can say, okay, I only want Auto Nurture for my leads to be set for these specific people. So you can, of course, go to Follow Up Us, create a smart list, mass tag whomever you want with the Auto Nurture tag or whatever you choose to use. But this is going to be an individual agent decision. So if you turn Auto Nurture on, but you want to exclude certain people, then in that case, you want to use a tag, and you would have to go through and tag on Follow Up Boss the people that you want included in Auto Nurture. Of course, be sure to turn that on and then use the tag, or don't. It's totally up to you, but I want to be sure that you guys are aware that that's there. Also, for this email drip campaign, the main email that we're going to be sending out is this popular homes in your area. So we're just going to send a random list of properties that match 25 miles of your area. So you guys can set that here on this default map location. Just drop an address there, and 25 miles from that center point, we will find popular listings. Now, Auto Nurture is wonderful if you have your database in FUB nice and cleaned up. However, if you have additional information like where they're looking or some sort of criteria about that specific client, you should set them up on specific alerts in RealScout. And by that, I mean, this email drip does send that email out to only people with an email in your RealScout, in your Follow Up Boss account. So be sure just to be thoughtful about the Auto Nurture and how you use it, because RealScout is just going to do whatever we find on Follow Up Boss. So let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to go over to our Pro Plus Auto Nurture section and learn more about the different listing alerts, home value alerts, and market activity alerts, along with the email drip that we have available. But I hope that you all enjoy our tool of Auto Nurture.